When the man turned back, the youth realized that he was not looking at the youth, but at something to the side. There, in the midst of the field below, a solitary red deer struggled, caught in deep snow. The deer pitched itself forward, its thin legs pushed at the snow, beneath it like water. But for all its effort, the deer moved but a foot and then lay still with the snow lapping up around its body, holding up its chin. After a moment, the deer shook from side to side and, bending its body, lurched itself forward another few inches and lay panting once again. The deer turned its head as far as it could to either side, as if it could not get a clear view of the creatures approaching from behind. Then it shook and tried to leap again. When it lay still once more, its face tilted upward by the snow seemed to beseech the sky. The hunters did not change their pace. As they drew near, two of them sat down their packs and began to search inside them. The third plodded on until his snowshoes almost touched the animal. He stood talking to it in tones too soft for the apprentice to decipher. At length he walked around to the deer's head and, reaching into his pants, struggled for a moment and then pulled out his penis. He began to piss in the snow just in front of the deer's nostrils. One of the hunters, looking up from his pack, shouted at the man not to piss near the throat. Still holding himself, the man plodded around to the back of the deer and squatted down close to the snow. The deer twisted its head to each side to see him and then bucked forward a few inches. When the deer lay still once again, the men pressed his free hand against its haunches. A soft steam rose around its sides. The man called out to the others that the deer was warm. He asked if they should fuck the deer. The other two men spoke to each other over their packs. One said something that the youth could not hear. "It can't kick when it's dead," the man by the deer called back to the other two. All three men gathered at the head of the deer. Their backs hid its head from the apprentice's view. One of the hunters now held a knife, and he moved to the side and lay across the deer's neck. The deer cried out for the first time in a low, guttural call. The rear of the animal shook violently. When the man rose from the deer, the three men stepped slowly to the side and watched a red stain spread in the snow close to the deer's head. Steam from its blood rose off the snow around its neck. The men broke into an argument, the details of which the apprentice could not discern. The youth could see the death-glazed eyes of the deer. The man who had pissed walked around behind the deer again. The youth pushed himself back, watching the men. When he was well out of their line of sight, he stood and moved away.